Hi friends, it is time for yet again one of those Arctic Money portfolio updates. Right in front of you, you see how my portfolio looked back in November 2025, the winter portfolio update we did. Now it's time for spring update. Excuse me. Here is, as I said, here is the portfolio how it looked. You can stop the video now if something in this interests you. But let me just say that the biggest changes that have happened since are that Energy Services of America 3%. The stock actually went quite a bit up with the good quarterly results, so I ended up selling the whole position with good profits, I would say. Then Greggs is also out from the portfolio, didn't really move anywhere, but I decided to sell it to free up some capital to deploy to other stocks, other asset classes you see in front of you now. Just liquidated Greggs and put that money on to work on my other positions. So yeah, there's the portfolio. If you want to look at this older portfolio update, freeze your screen now. And now we move on to how my portfolio looks today. And here it is, 19th of March 2026. Let's get right into it. Flow Trader still a huge position, plus 30. Huge position with 36% of my portfolio in Flow Traders. Hims and hers 15%. Yeah, there has been quite a lot turmoil with this position lately, and when the stock price really went down a while ago, I was doubling down on it. I still believe we are not talking about a Viagra company here. We are not talking about a weight loss company here. We are talking about a holistic health platform, and that's the reason I've invested in it. Still believe in their mission, so I wanted to grow that Hims position, and it's actually quite significant now. Actually, my third biggest position, because when you take Yellowcake, Global X Uranium ETF, and Sprott Physical Uranium Trust together, that means I have 24% in uranium. So that is the second biggest position basically I have. And as you can see, 24% plus 36% of Flow Traders. I have 60% of my portfolio in two stocks, two asset classes, you would say. So have to say here to you guys that my portfolio has never been this concentrated before. Let's see how it turns out. But yeah, on top of that, we have Kamux 10%, used car sales, mainly in Finland, but also in Sweden and Germany. Has been a rough ride with this position for sure. Stock price just keeps on declining like there is no tomorrow for the company, but I still believe there is a tomorrow for the company. Then Auster 9%, also Auster, I have been growing that position. Robotics from United States. Green Landscaping 6%, operates mainly in Sweden, Norway, but they also have businesses in Germany, for example, and Finland, operating landscaping services and an umbrella kind of company where there is lots of smaller businesses underneath Green Landscaping. And that's about it, my portfolio. When we look at the results, we have, since inception 2018, my portfolio is up plus 41%. Standard & Poor's 500 with dividends reinvested is up hugely, plus 143%. But the real benchmark I am comparing myself to, which is Standard & Poor's 500 dividends reinvested index investor with monthly additions to the index, is up 73.4%. So yeah, still not much to update since winter, I would say, because the distance between me losing to the index investor in S&P 500 dividends reinvested monthly index investor, that's roughly hasn't changed anywhere. This gap we have here, I'm losing to the index investor. I'm hating it, but to be fair, it's even though everything that is happening in the world with the war in Iran and the war in Ukraine still continuing, everything, spending of United States, the rising debt levels in the country, when you all these major themes, when you look at them, the resilience of S&P 500, the companies coming from United States, it has been to me amazing. It is so resilient, and it seems like the market doesn't flinch or market doesn't go down whatever happens. Seems unbeatable. The S&P 500 and the S&P 500 index investor. Well, those of you who have been following my channel for long enough know that I think it's not invincible, unbeatable, the S&P 500, and as you can see, my portfolio is very much different than what is S&P 500 constructed of. So, for example, yeah, lots of more. I have companies operating in Europe, Flow Traders, Kamux, Green Landscaping, for example, big position in uranium, as you know, which is not a major component by S&P 500 by anyhow. Of course, the market correlates a lot. My portfolio too correlates with S&P 500 somewhat, but yeah, might be that it doesn't correlate always. And kind of looking myself that whenever everything doesn't go according to plan in the economy of United States, the S&P 500, that would be the time when my portfolio should outperform. Will it outperform? I do believe so, myself obviously, and but only future will tell. Do your own research always, as I say. Just a couple of small facts. These stocks, this portfolio you see in front of you is 79% of my net wealth, so I am heavily invested in this one. I have skin in the game. About cash levels, I am almost fully invested. I don't have cash basically at all. And yeah, this was a shorter portfolio update. Freeze the screen now if you want to take a closer look at my portfolio. But yeah, not as I already said, not much a lot has happened in the world. A lot has happened in the world. There is a war going on in the Middle East since my last portfolio update, but surprisingly little has happened in S&P 500 or the markets, actually, in a broader picture, as many of you surely know, which is pretty amazing to me. So not much to update here, actually. This is my portfolio now. Now you know it. I have skin in the game in these assets, these stocks I have been talking about. Let's see what the year 2026 brings us, and I'll have my next portfolio update for you guys then in the summertime. Hope you're doing well in your investing, and I see you again in the next video. Bye bye.